Today, this evening, I'll be heading to Niigata for the ADA IAPLC party. Nature Aquarium Party is what they call it. And it's gonna be fun. But before I go, I'm gonna be away for a few days. So I wanna do a bit of maintenance on my tanks. Around 4 or 5 days I'll be out. So I just wanna make sure to give my tanks a good water change before I go. And make sure to feed all the fish because they won't be getting food for 5 days. So let's get started. First of all, I already did some work yesterday on some of these tanks. I scrubbed down the glass. I cleaned off all the algae so that my work is cut out today. I don't have to do as much. So you can see the glasses are all clean. I've just got to take some water out and do water changes. And for this one as well, 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗲𝘀𝘀. It's doing good. The 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀 is starting to turn a little bit brown. I think we're getting some diatoms on them and some of the leaves may die off. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. For this rack over here, I actually did a water change on this last night, so roll the clip. So that is that all done. Now we can start doing water changes on these tanks. So these are my two long-term tanks. They're doing really well. I love how the plants are growing in them. There's still more I want to do, but I just haven't got the time to go around and like tweak it, add more plants where I want them. And so we'll have to make more videos on this in the future. Like this, you can see the 𝗂𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀 is growing so amazingly well, but there's some like bad leaves that I've got to trim off, and some of this microsorum I got to trim off as well, but I just haven't been around to doing that yet, so we'll have to make dedicated videos on these two tanks in the future. But today we're just going to do a quick water change. This here is my plant grow out tank. I'm growing out a lot of 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀 and some other plants. It's also kind of a holding tank. I've only got one fish in here at the moment, and it's this guy. I forgot what the name of this is, but I'll put it up on the screen. But I think they eat snails, so if you have a snail problem, you should try to get one of those. And then over here, this is another plant stock tank I just set up. I haven't even got the filter running yet, and there's no CO2 in here, so it's just really like where I dumped all my extra plants, and I've got to get around to fixing this tank soon. Yeah, so we'll do maintenance on those 4 tanks. We need to do a water change on this tank, the African cichlid tank. The light is still off, but it's going to turn on in a few minutes. And then we've got to do a water change on the 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀 tank. I can't quite show my contest tank right now. We're going to be entering that in another contest very soon. I did a water change this morning on my lace plant tank, so I apologize about the glare, but if you look from top, the lace plants are doing amazing. Look at it. And then we've got 2 scuba divers in here that I recently added in. This one here is a glow-in-the-dark one. But yeah, I think they're quite nice. Just a small touch of fun. What else do we have? We've got the shrimp tank. I just set up a shrimp tank here just 2 days ago actually. I might do a water change on it, but I might not. I don't want to really like do too much to it. I don't want to stress the shrimp out, but they're looking really nice, these red bee shrimp. And then the rest are all like cryptocorin immersed tanks that I don't need to do maintenance on. Yeah, so it's just those tanks that I just, oh, I've got to do the mini NA. The mini NA tank also needs a water change. You can see there's blackbeard algae growing on the driftwood. I might just pull that driftwood out and let kill off the blackbeard algae while I'm away. Alright, so I'm just gonna time-lapse everything. It's gonna be quick. I'm just gonna do water changes on all the tanks, and then we'll show you the outcome later. If you have a fish room, in the comments below, let me know how you do your water changes and like what are the ways you try to make it as efficient as possible. Alright, I just went out, had to get a few things done. It's almost 6 o'clock here and it's pitch black outside. But all the tanks are looking really nice. Look at this. Just looks so clean, so good. Tanks below as well. I haven't shown these fish, but these are 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝗀𝘀. They're still small, so they don't have much color, but these are one of the prettiest rainbow fish, and I can't wait for them to get bigger and start to breed. I'm gonna try to breed them. The 𝗶𝗲𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀, looking really good as well. And then I did do a water change on this. I didn't show it on video, but you can see the plants are pearling. Now over here, these tanks got a nice water change. We've got the parents of the 𝗶𝗲𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀 up here. I want to put them in a bigger tank. I still have to get another one of these 60 centimeters, put it here, and give them a little bit of an upgrade so that they get like twice the space to swim in. Here we've got the leopard frog plecos. Got a few of them, as well as the 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀, the 𝗲𝗂𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀. And then over here we've got a geriatric one. This is a butterfly rainbow, but this guy's an old man, so that's why he's swimming like that. You can see the female here, it's doing good. There's another male that is, you can see the male in the back. That guy's much more active and much more lively. So we've got one solid pair in here. Down below here, this is the checkerboard cichlid tank, as well as two platies. I got these tuxedo platies. I just thought their color was cool, and I was hoping for them to be a pair, but turns out they're both males, so I've got to find some females of those. But the checkerboard cichlids, they are very skittish. So I've got to do something about this tank, maybe give them more hiding areas, and yeah, but you can see like this guy right above the rocks there. They're beautiful fish. I just gotta get a proper, like, put more hardscape in there so that they'll feel more comfortable. And then in here, this is just a temporary tank right now. It's where my Sabor resplendens have been moved into. You can see they like that back corner over there. But yeah, those are my favorite fish. They're just so beautiful. Alright. So this is how this side of fish room looks like. Mount Anubias looking very nice. Contest tank also, there's a sneak peek for you. We've got to get a tank set up here very soon. That'll happen. We've got a new plant. This is 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀, I believe is what it's called. And I got it as a gift from my auntie's friend. She didn't want it anymore. I mean, she did want it, but she said it was too big, and she said like I could have it if I wanted. So yeah, I got it. So I'm very thankful for that. I've also got this plant that I want to try and grow much taller. I want to grow these two plants taller and try to cover up some wall space. I still need to find like permanent spots for them. Right now they're just sitting there temporarily. I think it's okay here, but if I put a 90 centimeter tank here, it'll cover up quite a bit of it, so we've got to find better spots for them. This is what this side of the room looks like. We've got the refrigerator here, cleaning station, the sink, some plants I'm holding. These are not actually my plants, they're just plants I'm holding for a friend. My cryptocorin tanks, so I keep some crypts. I'm trying to grow and propagate them. And down here as well, I've got a few different types. Look how red this crypt here is, though. I think it's quite incredible. When I saw this crypt, I was amazed with how red it was. I never saw a cryptocorin that was that red immersed, except for like pink flamingos, but they're more pink in color, more pink than red, so yeah, I was quite shocked about that. And it wasn't actually at a fish store that I saw that. It was at one of my friend's place, and he had a bunch of them, so he gave me one. For this tank, the shrimp tank, I did do a small water change, just a bit, like a 20-30% water change. Oh, and I forgot to mention this right here. We've got the Philodendron Papua New Guinea, and I'm going to change, so right now it's been in this bucket for like probably almost a year. Probably not a year, but close to that, maybe 6 months. But I want to put it in a more permanent thing, and the other day I went out and bought this amazing ceramic pot, perfect for rice fish. They're made for rice fish. You can see no holes in the bottom, and I bought this thing. It wasn't that cheap, so I gotta make the best use out of this. So we're going to put this here. I think this is the perfect spot for it, and we're going to do something. Maybe we might keep rice fish, but I'm not sure, because I like keeping rice fish outdoors. I just think they do so much better outdoors in the sunlight. I think the sunlight really makes them stronger, whereas if you do them indoors, I don't know, I just feel like they get weaker and they live shorter. So I'm not sure if I want to do rice fish in here, but we might. Let's see the comments. Let's see what you guys think. But this thing is definitely gonna be put here, and we're going to put the this plant, the Philodendron Papua New Guinea, growing out of it. And the nice thing about this here, what I like about having this set up here, is that when I do water change for this, I can just stick a little small hose and just drain out the water into that. So it's basically like recycling water. And yeah, I think that's it really helps me out, like doing that. This is the hose I use. It's a very small diameter. So these are the ones I use for my small tanks. Then the bigger tanks I move up to this size, slightly larger. Drains water quicker. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be heading to Niigata now for the ADA IAPLC party. Maybe I'll take some videos there, show you guys how it is, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.